Hey, what's going on guys? This is Kedar here. $1,232 from IRS. We have got big news for American taxpayers, and the IRS has announced the tax refunds totaling of $14.8 billion, which have begun distributing to eligible individuals and families. Are you owed extra tax refund from the IRS? Well, with the recent changes to the tax code and the impact of the pandemic, many Americans may have overpaid their taxes in the year 2020. And probably you are among the group of recipient who is entitled for these extra tax refunds. IRS is encouraging taxpayers to check out their tax records just to see if they are eligible for the extra tax refunds. And this can be done by reviewing your 2020 tax returns and comparing to your 2020 tax withholding and your estimated tax payments. Also, one thing to note though, there is a limited period of time remaining to file an amended return for your 2020 taxes. So make sure to watch this video till the end. We have got couple of more details who is eligible for this extra tax refunds from the IRS, and don't really miss out on this extra tax refunds you may be entitled to. It could be your fourth stimulus check coming right from the IRS. So without wasting any time, let's deep dive into all the important details. However, quickly before we start this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel How To Guys with all the bell notification turn on to never miss new videos we upload every single day. And with that being said, let's jump right into all the important details. Okay, so here is the deal. Many Americans who have paid too much on taxes on unemployment benefits are receiving nearly $15 billion back. Through the early months of COVID-19 pandemic, almost 3 years ago, Internal Revenue Service continues to deal with the effects of new COVID-19 on US economy and tax system in 2020. IRS has announced last week that they have completed corrections of 14 million tax returns where filers have overpaid on their taxes on unemployment compensation in 2020. So many people have overpaid on their taxes on unemployment compensation in the year 2020 when the COVID related legislation excluded up to $10,200 from their taxable income. And by the way, these corrections has resulted in nearly $12 million in refunds, averaging up to $1,232 for each. And that's like total of $14.8 billion. Although one thing to note though, IRS said that it has finished its review on taxes from the year 2020, and there may be taxpayers who have filed their tax returns before the law was enacted in the spring 2021, and that's why they didn't receive an automatic correction and still eligible for their tax refund. So here is the deal. You could have overpaid on your taxes and you could be eligible for this tax refund. So don't miss out on this one if you are overpaid on your tax, particularly if you are overpaid on your unemployment compensation which you received in the 2020. Now you'll need to file an amended tax return for the year 2020, and that's how you can claim your money from the IRS. IRS owes you taxes on your unemployment compensation in the 2020. So let's check out who is eligible for this one, and let's check out how you can claim this stimulus money from IRS. Now, why did the IRS send refunds from the unemployment compensation received in 2020? Now, the original COVID-19 relief legislation in the American Rescue Plan Act signed into law by President Joe Biden allowed tax break, and the first $10,200 of 2020 jobless benefit, or either $20,400 for married couple jointly, was made non-taxable income for the 2020 tax year. However, many taxpayers already filed their taxes by the time law was passed, meaning that millions of people overpaid on their taxes on their unemployment income. That's why IRS began sending additional tax refund for those unemployment corrections in May 2021, and they announced on November 2021 that they have issued 430,000 additional refunds, and nearly 12 million total refunds were related to 2020 unemployment compensation. Now, if you are overpaid your taxes unemployment income, then you'll need to file amended tax return in order to claim this additional money. Just keep in mind that this tax breaks is for individuals who earn less than $150,000 in adjusted gross income and only unemployment insurance received during 2020 and not in 2021. Also note that IRS could have seized the refunds to cover the past due debt such as unpaid federal or state taxes and child support. Now, how can you see if you have overpaid on your taxes, the unemployment benefits in 2020? Well, the best way to check it out whether you have overpaid on your 2020 tax return is by using online IRS account. So you can head over to the IRS website, log in over there. It takes few minutes to register if you haven't registered yet. After you set it up, once you logged in, you can access all the details, information like your current adjusted gross income, your payment history, transactions, old tax returns, and that's including your 2020 taxes. After you receive your 2020 tax script, you can check the form 1040 schedule 1 line 8 to see if you included the unemployment compensation exclusion. And if this line has the compensation exclusion, if you have received jobless benefits and didn't enter an exclusion, you can use unemployment compensation exclusion worksheet right here in the instruction for the 2020 version of the schedule 1. Here in this PDF, it's on to page number 88. This one right over here. So right here in this PDF, just find the page number 88 unemployment compensation exclusion worksheet schedule 1 line 8, and right over here you can use this sheet to calculate your amount. Now if you have received the unemployment income in 2020 and didn't claim the exclusion even though you are eligible, then you could get additional tax refund money from the IRS by filling amended tax return. Now next important question comes into mind: how can you claim this money back from the IRS? Now because IRS already completed the correction of overpayment of taxes on unemployment benefits, you'll need to file an amended tax return for the year 2020, and for that you need to use the form 1040-X, which is included in all the best tax softwares, and you can generally file an amended tax return with the IRS up to 3 years after you have filed original return or 2 years after you paid taxes due, whichever is later. If you have filed in time, so for that your filing date is considered to be as a tax deadline. So in 2020 that was July 15, so you should have filed until July 15 2023. That's your last date for your amendment. So for your 2020 returns, amended returns, you should have filed until July 15 of the 2023. That's your deadline. Make sure to keep in mind, make sure this is your deadline to file for your amended 2020 return. And along with the form 1040-X, you'll also need to complete the both IRS forms 1040 and 1040 schedule 1. And IRS generally estimates that about 16 weeks for processing amendment is required, but due to COVID-19 related delays, agency is now estimating more than 20 weeks as of December 20, 2022. And IRS had a backlog of 454,000 unprocessed form of 1040-X. So here is the thing, just make sure to file your 2020 amended tax return before July 15, 2023. That's a very important deadline. Don't miss out on this one to claim your $1,232 you overpaid in your 2020 tax returns. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe to our channel How To Guys with all the bell notification. And this is Kedar from How To Guys signing out.